So what about all those nifty questions that ask about holding entries? Do we have a simple solution for those as well? As the name of our company implies, you have a pilot training problem and we always have the solution. To solve all of the holding entry questions on the test, use this simple method and the answer is just 5 steps away. To explain this method, we will do it using an actual written test question. The question says, refer to figure 113. You received this ATC clearance. Cleared to the ABC VORTAC, hold west on the 270 radial. What is the recommended procedure to enter the holding pattern? The first thing you need to do is draw out a heading indicator with the heading to the station. In this case, there is no need for that because figure 113 does that for you already. Second, take the pencil provided during the test, or a pencil you have with you right now, and place it horizontally on the heading indicator. In this case, right on the figure again. Third, slice the top part of the heading indicator in half from the middle of the DG upwards as shown by the red line. Fourth, lift the pencil up 20 degrees from the same side of the heading indicator as the turns in the hold. In this case, no turns are specified, so from the right side. As you probably know, right turns are standard, and if the question does not say right or left, standard is assumed, so right turns. If the question had specified left turns, then we would lift the pen up from the left side of the instrument. Fifth, find the holding radial on your heading indicator, in this case 270, since the question again instructed you to hold on the 270 radial. Finally, try to remember, small pie, you cry. If you got a nice big pie and you only get the small little slice of the pie, you cry. Just try to remember that. As you can see, the heading indicator is divided into 3 slices. Each slice represents a different entry. 70 degrees for the teardrop, small pie, you cry. 110 degrees is your parallel entry, and the 180 degree back side of the instrument is always the direct side. In this case, the entry is a direct because the holding radial 270 is on the bottom of the instrument, the 180 degree slice or the direct slice entry. If the question had said hold east on the 090 radial, then the entry would have been a teardrop. And again, if the question had said hold north on the 360 degree radial, the entry would have been a parallel entry. Now let's see a different question which has left turns instead of right turns and get more familiar with this method. Now let's just see a random clearance with a left turn and apply the same method. As you're heading to the station on a heading of 330, you receive the following clearance. November 11 Foxtrot, hold northeast of the station on the 030 radial, left turns, expect further clearance at 1517 Zulu. As we did before, we're going to draw out a heading indicator with a heading of 330 on top. Second, put your pen horizontal on the heading indicator. Third, we split the heading indicator up from the middle. Fourth, we're going to lift the pen up 20 degrees from the left side of the heading indicator, since this time the turns are from the left. Fifth, we're going to find out what the holding radial is. In this case, 030. Finally, as you can see, 030 is on the larger of the 2 smaller pies, making it a parallel entry. And again, if the turns would have been right, the entry would have been a teardrop, because 030 would have been on the smaller of the 2 pies. And remember, small pie, you cry. Now, obviously, this is just a video, so there is no interactivity to practice this method like in the full version of our virtual test prep software. But you can try and just give yourself some random holding clearances and practice the system. Also, there are some guides out there that just put the pencil in the middle without lifting it 20 degrees and just tell you that right turns, the right side of the DG is a teardrop and vice versa with left turns. But there are at least 4 questions on the instrument written that are borderline. Right there at 5 degrees, left would be a parallel and 5 degrees to the right would be a direct. If you use this method, you will always get the correct answer while using the method without the lifting of the pen will get you to choose the incorrect answer. And finally, keep in mind that this method also works while flying. It will not tell you what to actually do once you get to the holding fix. That you will have to know by yourself. But it will give you a heads up on what kind of entry to expect to enter that hold with. And that will certainly put you ahead of the airplane, which is definitely a very good thing. And for more information on this topic and many others, check out passfaaexams.com.